If you are a fan of softball, then you are going to love the Fastpitch TV show. We're bringing you more interviews, more videos, and more product reviews than anyone else on the planet. Sit back and get ready. Here's the Fastpitch TV show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fastpitch TV show. Now, if you found our show on Facebook, YouTube, or another video sharing site, please check out our website, www.fastpitch.tv. It's a place to find all of our past episodes and a place to keep up with our future episodes too. And I'd like to thank our sponsor, Softball Junk. Please visit their website, well, of course, at softballjunk.com. Now, lately, I've been bringing you episodes from the 2011 Softball Con that was held in Louisville, Kentucky. Softball Con was a great conference, and this was their first conference this year. Now, to find out more about it, go to softballcon.net. You can find more information about the conference and get updates for next year's conference, too. Now, so far, all I brought you have been segments from Carol Brugman's clinic. Now, this week, I'm going to bring you an interview with Alissa Haber. Now, before we go to the interviews, let me tell you a few things about Alissa. She's quite an outstanding young lady. She played for Stanford from 2007 to 2010, earning both All-American and Pac-10 honors all 4 years. Alissa currently ranks in the top 10 in numerous statistical categories at Stanford. She was a member of the Team U.S.A. junior national team from 2006 to 2007, where she helped her team win the Pan Am Games in Puerto Rico. In 2007, the ISF Junior World Championship in the Netherlands in 2007. In 2010, Haber was named the U.S. Olympic Committee Female Athlete of the Month. She earned this award for her record-breaking play at the 2010 ISF World Championship Games in Venezuela. Now, Alissa is also a current professional softball player for the U.S.A. Florida Pride. Now, the 2010 National Pro Fastpitch Champions is what they are. So let's go to the interview right after a word from our sponsor.
Do you need a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount off the price of all non-sale softball bats on their website. That's right, $30. So the next time you buy a bat, go to softballjunk.com and enter the code FPTV30 during checkout. And wham! You just put a cool $30 in your pocket.
Hey, I appreciate you joining us today. We're here at Softball Con. You're speaking. What do you think of this Softball Con for being the first one?
I think it's been awesome. Everyone's been really nice, and we're getting some people coming in even now just in the afternoon session, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds throughout the weekend. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it has been exciting. And I just got through watching you speak. The first time you spoke, you told me. And a couple of things I want to go over on your speaking. Number one, I think you are like 100% right. Bunting is like the most important thing in like the world, and I think these kids are little playing t-ball, and they go, "Oh, I don't need to do that anymore." Am I right?
No, definitely. I think because we grew up watching baseball, and baseball we love the long ball, and everyone loves the home run hitters. But you look at how important bunting is to getting on base, especially in a game like softball that's smaller dimensions. Bunting can really help a hitter.
How about on the tee work? I used to go to I live in Arlington. I used to go watch the Texas Rangers before the game would start. I'd get there I know this sounds really crazy, but I'd get there at 4:30, and the game would start at 7:30.
Yeah.
So I could watch them go through their drills. And something that amazed me was Ken Griffey would come to town, and as good as a hitter as he was, he would hit off the tee for 40 minutes out there before every game. I mean, it's just amazing, that tee work.
Yeah, I mean, every Major League Baseball player, they do hundreds of swings off tees before they even see live pitching. I think that it's the best way for you to learn more about your swing and feel adjustments, and because you're in a controlled environment. I know I'm the same way. I do tee work all the time. Like I was telling the girls in my talk, I hit BP now maybe 5 or 6 days a week, and one of those days is just off the tee. I don't even see a live pitcher. So I think it's incredibly important.
And I think you must be this way. I used to always tell my hitters on my team, my kids that weren't pitchers, I used to say, if you practice hitting as much as these kids practice pitching,
exactly,
you'll be hitting 400.
Yeah, and those pitchers, they do drills that break down their pitching mechanics. Sometimes they'll do drills where they don't even do full arm circles. And so why, as hitters, should we not do the same thing? We need to break down our swing into its most basic components. And I was telling the girls in there, I'm a nerd. I like to analyze things. I'm a Stanford grad. So, I mean, I love doing that kind of stuff, really breaking things down into their most basic components.
Well, that's my second thing. I don't know if you're a nerd or if you're a geek. I think you may be a geek, and you're calling yourself a nerd.
I should probably, because nerd implies you're actually smart. So I like geek. I like that one better.
Well, I think a nerd can't help it being a nerd, but a geek... likes being a geek and wants to be a geek.
Exactly, I love it.
So I think you may be a geek, and that was my second one I was going to get you on there. But let's go back. How old were you when you started playing?
I was 5 years old when I started playing, and I played softball. I played t-ball.
And who was your coach? Was your father your first coach?
No. Teresa Scully was her name. I remember to this day, and she'd always bring snacks after the game. That's what I remember about t-ball.
Teresa made quite an image on you.
Teresa.
Teresa, those were some good snacks. Look what they did. Kept her going in the game.
Yeah.
And then, so as you progressed in softball from t-ball, I mean, when did you, I guess, get into select ball? At what age?
I probably got into travel ball, I think I was about 10 years old. So I made my very first all-star team in the rec league, and my dad asked me, do you want to move up to the next level? I feel like I'd kind of exhausted that opportunity, and so we went and found a club ball team. And I'm from Northern California, and so back then when I was that age, there were club teams around, but definitely not the volume that's there today. And so it was very select, and I was lucky enough I found my way onto a really good organization and played for the same organization for 10 years.
And then you went in high school. Tell us about high school.
High school was actually really fun because I went to a high school. There were a lot of girls that played club ball, and so we were a pretty good team. And we'd all been playing together since we were 5 years old. We'd all started in t-ball together. Our star pitcher, who ended up going to Wisconsin on a scholarship, we'd been on that t-ball team with Teresa Scully and her amazing snacks. And now we're playing. We didn't play together on the same club ball team, so it gave us the opportunity to kind of find that camaraderie again. And we're still really good friends to this day.
I wonder if Teresa Scully knew what an impact she had on softball world.
She kept me playing because she made such good snacks.
So and that makes a difference on a high school team, doesn't it? I know where my daughter went to school, on her softball team in high school, there were 4 kids that were select players. And none of the other high schools in the area had more than one, and they won district every year because they had 4, so that makes a big difference on your high school team, having select players versus rec players or kids who just play for the season.
Exactly, because we're training year-round. The high school season is so small, that's only a portion. We're playing in the summer and the fall, we're training in the winter, and if you're just recreational players, they're only playing during that season. And
or maybe you're playing 10 games a year versus your 100.
Exactly. So, we have the experience, the game experience, and so we have that kind of leg up on the competition.
Okay, and then, you must have been kind of smart, so maybe you are a nerd, because you did go to Stanford. You can't be an idiot and go to school there now. I don't care how good a ball player you are. They have a minimum that you have to meet. So you must be pretty smart. Tell us about Stanford.
Stanford was an amazing experience. I'm actually still there now getting my master's. A wonderful university, wonderful atmosphere. I grew up 20 minutes away from it. Dream, always been a dream. Ever since I was 10 years old and saw that campus, I was like, I need to be here. I want to be here. And all 4 years was just a complete dream come true. And now I've convinced them I'm smart enough to get a master's, fooled them all. And and now I'm just, and I love it. I love it over there. And the softball team's great. Top 10 program every year. Always competitive, and it's the best of both worlds.
Well, I know that Jessica Mendoza went to school there too, and then you told me Laura Lappin did. So and you seem as nice as they are, so they must put out some nice kids that come out of that school.
Yeah, Stanford is, as an amazing experience, it's also very humbling because you're surrounded by the greatest minds of our generation. I know people now that are my age and they have successful businesses. They're, traveling the world. They're running for office. And we're only 22, 23 years old, and they're doing amazing things and incredibly intelligent. And so it really is a humbling experience, and you realize, how you can make an impact.
Okay, and then we got 2 more things to go through this film. And I can't decide which one I want to go to, but I'm going to go to Team USA since that's kind of past history now. And so tell me about your experience with Team USA.
Amazing. I never thought I was going to play on, I never imagined I'd be on Team USA. I got the invite letter to join their tryout camp in January of 2009. And I was just jumping for joy that I even got the opportunity to try out, let alone make the team. And because of that, I was just so grateful the entire time for those experiences, seeing the world, going to places I would never go to. Like, I got to go to Venezuela last summer for the World Championships. I would never go to Venezuela if it weren't for softball. And I got to experience, just outside of the softball, because the softball is obviously great, playing for the world's best team, but the experiences, the cultural experiences, seeing how other people play the game from all around the world, experiencing, different foods and people, it was just incredible. I was so grateful.
Okay, and now you're no longer with Team USA. Matter of fact, just recently, all the NPFers, which is the next category we're going to get to, have left the Team USA.
Yes.
What were your feelings on that? Can you talk about that any? I mean, I'm kind of confused on that, to be honest with you. And when I'm confused about something, other people are too. So can you just tell us from your aspect of it?
I mean, it was a really unfortunate decision that had to be made for a multitude of different reasons. I'm sure if you were to ask me or Mendoza, we'd all have our own reasons. But the theory, I mean, our whole mission as professional players is that it's really unfortunate that softball got taken out of the Olympics, and for the foreseeable future anyway. And if we're going to grow the sport of softball domestically, if we're going to keep softball alive, then we need to have a dream for young girls to strive to. I know when I was young, I dreamed of going to the Olympics. I dreamed of playing for Team USA. And that dream is now, since there's no Olympics, it's kind of been diminished in a way. You know, there's still the pride of playing for your country, but there's no Olympics. And so we want to give opportunities for young girls to be able to dream to be professional athletes. You know,
so you didn't have any issues with Team USA necessarily?
None at all. I'm incredibly grateful for my time with Team USA, and I expressed that in the letter that I wrote to them, that I have nothing but a humble heart, and I'm grateful for the opportunities, but I felt like that my talents as a softball player could be used for other purposes in terms of giving girls a dream to be a professional athlete.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Like I said, I haven't asked anyone yet out of their mouth why they did it. I mean, you know, you see all these posts on blogs and stuff, but you know, until you hear it out of someone's mouth, I mean, it makes a big difference to me. Now let's go to where you're at now, I guess. You've been here for a while. You're with Florida, USSSA Pride,
Yes.
and y'all won the, I can't remember the name of the championship.
The Cowles Cup.
I was going to say Coles. Cowles Cup this year. Tell me about being on that team with so many softball people, future legends and legends on that team.
I know. And I mean, it's essentially almost entirely, I mean, there is the Team USA.
It's loaded.
Yeah, I mean, we're loaded. And even the non-Team USA players, we have great, amazing former All-Americans, former national champions. I mean, it's amazing. We have Canadian national team player in Daniel Laurie. So much talent. Great people to be around all the time, because I mean, we all live together in Florida, and you know, I don't know anyone in Florida except for my teammates, so we get along so well, and it's been an amazing experience being a professional athlete there.
So like when you're there, do you like, and you're not at practice or a game, you're just hanging in the afternoon, or like you hanging with your fellow teammates?
We have a really nice pool that we like to you know, take our breaks in over there. We go to the theme parks. It's Theme Park Central over there. I mean,
yes, it is.
I spend a lot of time with my teammates over there, because it was the farthest I'd ever been away from home, being from California, and for the longest amount of time I was gone. I didn't see California for 3 months. I mean, I went to school 20 minutes away from my hometown, so if I wanted to see my mom, I just had to drive across the bridge, but I really had those girls to lean on when I was feeling homesick.
Well, this is a big difference then, isn't it, being down there from where you've been, being so close to home?
Yeah, it's been a great experience, and all this, you know, traveling and speaking at conferences and stuff has been an amazing experience as well, just seeing new places.
Well, your talk today, I thought, was excellent.
Thank
for being
you.
your first one.
Thank you.
So you should really feel more comfortable with your next one. I think you're just putting a lot of pressure on yourself is what you're doing. And now let me ask you a question. What is your routine? You spoke about having a routine today when you go to the plate, but you never said what your routine was.
Oh, I should put that in. Well, I'm pretty minimalist. I like to, I mean, my main thing on the talk was minimize movement to maximize efficiency and avoid extremes. And so I always step in with my left foot and I dig a little, and then I'll step in with my right. And then I'll do a couple like practice swings like this, and then I'll just look at the center field fence, and I'll just stare at the center field fence. If there are numbers on the fence, I'll stare at that, or a sign, and I'll stare there until the pitcher starts her motion. And
everybody has one, though. Everybody I interview always has one.
I always make sure to take 3 deep breaths.
That's kind of like me before the camera starts, isn't it? When I did that, were you going, hey, you doing what I do?
Familiar.
That is wonderful. You know, I really want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show. And for all the fans of hers out there, she's a wonderful person to talk to, and you're just cute as a button, and you're a powerful softball player to boot. So you're the full package there, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed today's interview. Now, over the next few weeks, I'll be bringing you segments of Alicia's clinic at Softball Con. She gave a great clinic. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed meeting her. She's a great gal. Now, I want to make sure that everyone knows we have an app for the iPhone and the Android phones. Just go to your phone's app store, search Softball, and you'll find it, I promise you. Don't forget to check out our website, like I told you earlier, at fastpitch.tv. It's not fastpitchtv.com, just fastpitch.tv. fastpitch.tv. Become a fan of the show on Facebook at facebook.com/fastpitchtv and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/fastpitchtv. Well, that's all for today. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.
This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network.